Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sumukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhumaketur Ganadhyakshaha Palachandro Gajananaha Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha Suklambaradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopasanteye Yasyadvaradavatraadhya Parishadhya Parasatam Vighnam Nidhanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamasraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Aklishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedyaya Gurave Buddhi Sakshine Krishnadvaipayanam Vyasam Sarvabhuta Hiteratam Vedabcha Bhaskaram Vande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Janmadhyasya Yataha Anvayat Itaratascha Artheshu Abhijnasvarat Tene Brahma Hruda Ya Adikavaye Mukhyanti Yat Surayah Tejovari Brudam Yata Dinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. Now with Bhagavan's grace, let us continue from where we left off in Adhyayam 15, Skandam 3. We came up to Slokam number 14. Vasanti Yatra Purushaha Sarve Vaikunta Murtayah Ye Animitta Nimittena Dharmena Aradhayanne Harim. Now, this slokam and the next few slokam are going to now describe Vaikuntham. How exactly, what is happening there, and what is there. So many things will be so beautifully be described in Vaikuntham. And that means the place where Bhagavan is. This is, there's not a physical place somewhere else, you've got to please remember. And it's a level of awareness and level of experience as we progress in giving up desires, and as desires become less and less, we become lighter and lighter, and become getting the subtler and subtler level of awarenesses, as the Upanishad very beautifully talks about, the Brahmananda Valli Taittiriya Upanishad, and from each level to go to the next level, then you give up desires further, which is yajna and sacrifice. And finally, the final stage of no desire, really no desire at all. And that part, place the awareness of Vaikuntham dawns. Right? So what happens at Vaikuntham? How is it? That is what is being described. We saw Slokam 14. Now Slokam 15 we will take up now. Yatra, that means where in the Vaikuntham. Yatra cha adhyah puman aste Bhagavan sabda kocharaha sattvam vishtabhya virajam swanam naha mrudayan vrashaha. Yatra cha adhyah puman aste Bhagavan sabda kocharaha sattvam vishtabhya virajam swanam naha mrudayan vrashaha. So Bhagavan, the Supreme Being, whatever name we call him, Narayana, Mahavishnu, it really doesn't matter. The Supreme Being, possessing of all powers and auspicious attributes. He is actually Nirgunam. There's no attribute, there's attributeless actually, but for our pleasure and our enjoyment and our satisfaction and to please us, Bhagavan manifests different gunanga, different characteristics that we can relate to. So all of them are auspicious attributes. So it's Dharmavan Vigraha. It's what they say about Rama. So he's an embodiment of Dharma itself. And yes, Chandasa Mrishabho, they say in Upanishad, one Chandogyo Amrita, that the Amritam that the Upanishad talks about, the Vedangal actually reveal this Bhagavan, is revealed by through the Vedas. That Bhagavan, he is there in Vaikuntham, and is donning a body that is pure sattvam. We call it a sattvam. It is actually the one of prema only, selfless love. That is what the embodiment of that is. So, and that appears auspicious to us and so full of balance, it does not get disturbed at all. So we call it Shuddha Tattvam. And there is no rajasic tendency and there is no tamasic tendency because he is beyond the gunas. And he has donned this form for the blessing of his devotees. That is what Slokam number 15 talks about. Yatra cha adhyah puman aste Bhagavan sabda gocharaha sattvam vishtabhya virajam swanam naha mridayan vrishaha. The vrishaha, the last word that we see, vrishaha, it also means tree, right? We all know, right? But vrishaha also means embodiment of dharma. Okay, see, dharma murti. And yatra, where in that Vaikuntham, adhyaha puman, that means the very first embodiment, the purusha. The moment you have a purusha, you need a puru. Puru means a vehicle, an upadhi, right? We all have, our bodies are really upadhis. But the entity that is present within and activates all this, right? That is Purushaha. And so Adya Puman, the very first Purushan, okay, Bhagavan Sabda Gocharaha, that Bhagavan Sabda Gocharaha, we saw that here, Sabdam means Vedangat. And Gocharaha, not only do the Vedas move about, okay, Gocharaha actually moving about in Bhagavan, they also not only talk about him, not only try to describe and explain in the limited way that Sabdangal can do, but the Vedangal also reveal this Bhagavan, okay? And so that is Sabda Gocharaha, that Bhagavan, Sattvam Vishtabhya, Virajam, Sattvam Vishtabhya, Virajam, the Rajam, that means without Rajam, without any Rajasic quality, without any impurities, without any agitation. Sattvam Vishtabhya, the Suddha Tattva form. Okay, so here, Yatra in this Vaikuntham, Adya Puman, the very first Bhagavan, the invisible, unmanifest, okay, from Amritam, he manifested himself. Adya Purusha, very first one in embodiment. And that is the form, that the formless that is revealed through that form. The formless is revealed to us through the Vedas. And without any impurities at all, Suddha Tattvam, so attractive, so pure it is, that form, Swanam, of his own Sankalpam, he took it and manifested. This is the very first avataram. Please always remember that. Avataram means the invisible manifests itself in a cognizable manner. It may not be cognizable to you and to me because we are trying to see it through the senses. But suppose if you are Brahma, suppose if you are another human being, a tapasvi, a rishi, who has done tapas and meditation, and through that the mind is completely focused on one entity, then you can get the vision of this particular, the very first avataram. So that Sattvam Vishtabhya in full Suddha Tattva form, Swanam of its own volition, it has manifested itself. Why? Naha Mridayan. Naha Mridayan. To please us, to give us happiness and bliss, and to bless us. Who are the us? All the created beings, the 8.4 million creations in the world. For all of them, they get blessed, they get blissful through this form. In order for that, it's appearing. Yatra cha adyah puman aste Bhagavan shabda gocharaha sattvam vishtabhya virajam swanam nah mridayan vrishaha. The interesting thing is Vrishaha, the Dharma Murti, is all pervasive in the created world. All through, everywhere in our world, in our life, the Dharma Murti is present, but not manifest in a way I can cognize it. So, he manifests himself in this, what we call as Vaikuntham, the name given by us, not by Bhagavan. It simply means there is no misery, no difficulty, which means when I do meditation and get into samadhi, I can experience that. I become aware of this form. So, okay, so that is Vaikuntham. Next one, 16. Here, the Chatwaris, Sanakadi Munis, they went here. What does it mean? Not necessarily physically, okay? They travel across all the lokas, not physically. The awareness, level of awareness, consciousness is so expansive and pervasive, they can be at any point that they want, right, in the creation. So here they went to Vaikuntham, and where the tree, the forest of Nisreyasa, we're going to see that word now, okay? Nisreyasa, which means liberation. And that is present. And Kalpataru, as we call it, which is the wish-fulfilling tree. A wish-fulfilling tree is actually our mind. A mind that has no desires can fulfill any wish. It's a very interesting thing to understand and follow. Okay, anyway, wish-fulfilling trees, it's always in blossom. Kalpataru is present there. And the whole place appears as if moksha has taken shape. Moksha means moha chayam, where the absence of delusion, absence of illusion, absence of ignorance, that is moksham. And the moksham, can it have a form? Yes, an experience. You can experience it. That experience looks like it has taken the shape of Vaikuntham. Yatra naihi shreyasam nama vanam kama dukhaihi thrumaihi sarvattu stribihi vibrajat kaivalyam iva murtimat. Kaivalyam iva murtimat. Yatra naihi shreyasam nama vanam kama dukhaihi thrumaihi sarvatru stribihi vibrajat kaivalyam iva murtimat. Drumaihi means trees, vanam means forest. Kama dugaihi, wish fulfilling, kalpataru. Alright? Kama dugaihi. Kama means desire. Dugaihi means the fulfillment of all the desires. And that's the tree, drumaihi, kalpataru. Yatra, where, in this Vaikuntham, naihi shreyasam nama vanam. Naisreyasam. Naisreyasam means liberation. Liberation is an English word. Liberation from what? Liberation from ignorance, where ajnanam is removed. The feeling of separation is gone. Right? That is Naisreyasam, Nama Vanam, Kamadugaihi, Dhrumaihi, full of wish-fulfilling trees. Okay. Sarvartu Sribihi Vibrajat Kaivalyamiva Murtimat. So this Vanam, Sarvartu Sribihi, Sarva Rutu Sribihi, Sarva Rutu. All aspects of time. Rutu means different seasons. Okay, but in all aspects, and the Sribihi is beautiful. Sri means the resources, the wealth of the created world. One meaning. Okay, so that means all the trees are in ever full blossom, everything looks lush and splendorous, very healthy, and at the same time, the Kamadrumaigi, whatever you wish is granted there. Okay, the interesting thing is, at that location, you don't wish for anything else other than Bhagavan's lotus feet, and other Bhagavan's darshanam, and Bhagavan's sparshanam, and Bhagavan's sambhashanam. Those are the things you might wish for, if at all. Because when you have Bhagavan's darshan, sometimes you don't wish anything at all. You're so immersed in it. There's no wish, there's no desire. So it is that stage. But Sribihi also means blissful. Sri also means blissful. Absolute bliss, unadulterated bliss. So Sarva Rutu Sribihi, in all time, it's always blissful. And then we talked about Kamadugaihi Rumaihi. And next word is Sarvatu Sribihi, Vibhrajate. Vibhrajate means shining. And Bra is the word Bra is there, isn't it? So this is how Vaikuntham is shining in effulgence, Vibhrajate. And it looks like Kaivalyam Iva Murtimate. Kaivalyam itself, the final Nirvana stage, the one Saijam, the final stage from which there is no return. Okay. Brahmi Sthiti Iti is what Bhagavan Krishna tells Arjuna. That this is Brahmi Sthiti. From here there is no return. So it looks like that particular state, if that were to take a form, how will it appear? It will appear like Vaikuntham, Kaivalyam Iva. It's like Kaivalyam itself, Murtimata, taking form. Number 16. Yatra Naihi Sreyasam, Nai Sreyasam, Nama Vanam, Kamadugaihi Drumaihi, Sarvarata Sribihi, Vibhrajate, Kaivalyam Iva, Murtimate. Number 17. In 17, in Vaikuntham, description goes on for the next few slokams, okay? Now the various devotees are moving around. We call them Nityasuris, okay? And moving about. And they're all moving in aerial vehicles, okay? I mean, it's not like they're flying from place to place. And please don't ever think Vaikuntham is just limited to one spot. It is most expansive. It's larger than the universe, larger than all the 14 lokas. I mean, if you look at it physically, it is the largest sphere, if you want to call it that way. No, limitless, actually. So moving about, these devotees are moving about in aerial vehicles there, and along with their women, okay, women folk. And at that time, what happens, the wind actually brings the divine fragrance of Bhagavan. When Bhagavan is present, oh my God, this fragrance is divine, and that you cannot see in this world. Immediately, you smell something, it is so divine it is. So divine fragrance is coming through. The air is carrying it. And then this air that is bringing in the divine fragrance is also, remember, it's like a parkadal, so it's also creating the waves. And interestingly, even though the fragrance is divine, it doesn't stimulate you like the way our worldly fragrances do. There's no agitation. It's only peace and bliss and anandam. That's what it is. So these things do not stimulate the passion in the heart. And these devotees are oblivious of everything because they're completely absorbed in singing the devotional songs about their Bhagavan, about Srimad Narayana. They're all singing beautifully. And so they're oblivious even to the divine fragrance. They're oblivious to waves being created. Nothing agitates them. Okay? That is number 17. Vaimanikaha salalanaha charitani yatra gayanti yatra shamala kshapanani bhartuhu antarjale anu vikasanne madhu madhavina gandhena kantita dhiya api anilam kshipantaha. Vaimanikaha salalanaha charitani yatra gayanti yatra shamala kshapanani bhartuhu antarjale anu vikasanne madhu madhavina gandhena kantita dhiya api anilam Chipantaha. Now, anilam is wind, is vayu. Okay, analam is fire. So remember that. So number 17. So yatra, where in this Vaikuntha, in which Vaikuntha, in this place, Salalanaha Vaimanikaha, Salalanaha, along with ladies, along with their women, Vaimanikaha, the devas, the devotees who are there in Vaikuntham, Bhartuhu, Bhartu. In Sanskritam, you might have heard the word describing about husband as Bharta. Okay? Sometimes you have heard that. And in Ramayana also, Sita Devi says, about Rama, Bharta is the word that's used. Bharta, Bhartu. Bharta means the one who bears your burden, one whose responsibilities include taking care of you. Because a to care for somebody, a burden is a wrong word. Okay, not a negative connotation. It is just a responsibility. Okay, that responsibility is there. One who carries that out is a Bharta. So Bhartuhu is Bhagavan, who has got the responsibility to protect you, me, and everything else in this prapancham, including an ant. Tremendous responsibility. Now, it's created, he has to protect it also. It's amazing responsibility if you really look at it. Okay? And that Bhartuhu, and he gives us the Rakshakam, that protection, that Shemam he gives because he's doing the job. So Bhartuhu, that Mahavishnu, Loka Shamala Kshapanani is one word that is given here in this version. Another version, it simply says, we are in 17, Yatra Shamala Kshapanani. Okay. So, Loka Shamala Kshapanani, Shamala Kshapanani. Okay, and then let's look at that word. Malam means impurity, papam, sin, as we call it. Kshapanani, to eliminate it, to nullify it. So one who's doing it, Mahavishnu. In the Vaikuntham, all the sins, all the impurities are pulverized, nullified, eliminated. So they don't exist. So this Mahavishnu, these Devarhal, the devotees along with their women, moving about, and they in the Vaikuntham, which is a place of Mahavishnu, who's a Rakshakan, who's a protector, and the place is such that it nullifies all types of impurities. And Charitani, this Mahavishnu's stories and glories, Anuvikasan Madhu, and this stories and glories of Bhagavan, that in all directions, Anuvikasan Madhu means in all directions it's expanding and growing. Okay, that's the story. It never ends. Bhagavatam, if you start in all, it can never end. Impossible. It only keeps on expanding and growing and growing and growing. That is Anuvikan Madhu in a very sweet manner. Interesting thing about Bhagavatam, about listening to stories and glories of Bhagavan, or narrating the stories and glories of Bhagavan, doesn't matter, or reading about it. Even though you may know the story, next time it seems sweeter and sweeter and sweeter and sweeter it becomes. The more you hear it, the sweeter it becomes. And the more you hear it, the more you want to hear it. It is never boring. You are never satisfied. That is Madhu, the sweetness, the nectarine sweetness of Prema. So the stories and glories of Bhagavan, that is not only once. Once is not enough. Impossible. One darshan is not enough. If we go to Tirumala Hills, Tirupati, and look at Bhagavan, if you want to come back and have darshan again. You go to Badri, look at Bhagavan's darshan, you want to go back and have darshan again. If you have a darshan of Avatara Purushan, you want again more darshans. This is not enough. So insatiable, that is growing all the time. Within you, that sweetness is also growing. Anuvikasan Madhu. Madhavinam Gandhena. Madhavina means flowers. And especially jasmine flowers, Gandhena, the fragrance coming from there. Then next word is very interesting. Okay, Madhavinam Gandhena, Kandita Dhiya Api. Okay, now our buddhi, we may be focused on something, we may be doing something, or even puja, or working on the computer, or whatever it may be, or maybe talking on the phone, doesn't matter. All of a sudden some smell comes. Maybe a beautiful smell, or maybe a smell of something getting burnt on the stove. It really doesn't matter. What happens to our attention and focus? We get disturbed. We get agitated, isn't it? Immediately, it removes our concentration and we pay attention to that fragrance. But here, such a beautiful divine fragrance of this Madhavinam Gandhena, but these Devargal, okay, in the Vaikuntha, these devotees, even though the fragrance is coming, Kandita Diyaha Api, they are not disturbed. They are not at all disturbed by the fragrance because they are oblivious to it. They don't even pay attention to it. And Anilam, that Anilam means the wind, the Vayu, that brings that fragrance, Anilam, Kshipantaha, the Vayu, the air brings a divine fragrance, but Kshipantaha, they nullify it, they don't pay attention to it, not bothered with it. And Antarjale Gayanti. Now, two ways to enjoy this. First one is superficial. On the surface, it looks like Antarjale. Inside, say, in the water. Jale means water, Antar means in. So, in the water, standing in the water, you can say that. And Gayanti, they are singing. What is singing what? Singing the stories, the Charitani. Whose Charitani? Lokasamala Chapanani Bhartuhu. The Mahavishnu's Charitram, they are Gayanti. They are singing, they are narrating, they are singing devotional hymns, right? Whatever it may be, bhajans, whatever it is, but talking about the stories and glories of Bhagavan. Antarjale Gayanti, standing in the water, but are not disturbed by this divine fragrance, because the Vaikuntha is full of divine fragrance. Antarjale also means, this is why you are not disturbed by the fragrance, anything to do with the senses, it doesn't even touch you, because you are beyond that. Antar, inside, okay, Jale, there is a water. What is this water that each one of us have? Not that 96% of water that is our body is composed of. No. That is physical. The water, this is what Narayana, the Tattvam is. When the yearning for Bhagavan is so overflowing, so total, that I cannot stand being away from you. I cannot stand being separate from you, not even 1 second more. Like the way Radha cried, like the way Gopis cried. The contact and the connection and the darshan of Bhagavan is so vital and total, completely engulfing and encompassing. When that yearning comes from the mind, the senses become dormant. None of the fragrance, nothing will touch me. Then another beautiful thing happens, which is the ocean of love. That is what I really am. Nothing but a limitless ocean of love. Happens to be encased in this body, which is temporary. But the truth is, I am that ocean of love. And always remember that. Aham Brahmasmi, says the mantra says that. That's the most expansive, limitless ocean of love that I am. That comes pouring out through my eyes. And then a teardrop falls. That teardrop is sweet. That is Kshira Sagaram, limitless. Sagaram, it's an ocean of sweetness. And that is what they're talking of, Antarjale. When it is like that, and Gayanti means just not singing. Singing is a very crude translation. Gayanti means talking to Bhagavan. This is what it is. It could be mental talk also. It doesn't have to be through vocal cords. Okay, that is Gayanti. They were heard in the Vaikuntham. where there is not even an iota of misery or suffering, only bliss is there. Okay, even though full of divine fragrance and all that, these devas, the Nityasuris, along with their women folk, okay, it's very interesting. It is a dambatyam that we can experience in our own grihastha life, in the life of a householder. Okay, is what at our level he is talking of. Then I purify my mind, I focus on Bhagavan, and then I cry for Bhagavan. And when I do that, that teardrops is sweet. Antarjale gayanti. That is what each one of us can do. And when we do that, that place becomes Vaikuntham. Vaimanikaha salananaha charitani yatra gayanti lokasamala kshapanani bhartuhu antarjale anuvikasan madhavinam gandhena khandita diyah api anilam kshipantaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.